What do you use virtual reality to escape from?
When I was 15 years old, this is way before virtual reality was a thing. I was dating this guy at the time who ended up sexually assaulting me.
Mostly my parents and my family. It just helps me with some of like my mental stuff, I guess. Like, because I have really bad social anxiety.
I don't really play virtual reality for the same reason that most people do. I try to escape the normalcy, if that's a word, of life.
I escape from social standards. I have self-esteem issues with some of the things about me that I wish I could change.
Because they're one of those families who are like really religious. And since I myself identify as a boy, but I'm a girl, it's just hard. Because they said, well, if you do this, I kick you out of the house, and you can't really escape that as a 15-year-old. I know there's a lot of stuff and stories like this, but VR is because there's a lot of other people who are going through the same stuff, and it's just easier for me to talk. At first, I was like, I'm never gonna talk, because, oh, they're gonna kick my butt if they find out. But so far, they haven't.
I don't really use it to escape from anything now, but previously I used to use it in my late teens to the kind of early 20s, because I had to stay home for pretty much my schooling years and several more years after that. I was taking care of my mom since she was bedbound, and my dad because he was elderly, and I couldn't really go anywhere, hang out with friends, or do anything fun, honestly. But I found out I can do that on vrchat when I saw some videos and ended up just hopping on and realized that I was a pretty shy person, and I didn't really get to know people too well. I just stayed kind of quiet and didn't really talk. So I just tried to change that by going to people and doing this whole thing where I'd call them, like, I'd be like, hey, you're cute as f***, give me a hug! And I'd come up to them and just give them a hug. And it kind of got me out of that shell of being shy, and now I'm more open when I'm talking to people and more just accepting of others. And it sort of led me to just become a person that hopefully my friends feel like they can rely on.
And I find that in virtual reality, it gives you a lot of opportunity to interact with more people in a shorter amount of time. And in my life, I am very interested in psychology and charisma. And here I feel like I have a very big opportunity to develop those skills, whether it be in counseling or, helping people out in their lives, or even just through your day-to-day interactions with people on vrchat. I felt like I've been able to grow as a person in my charismatic self and as in my helpful self, and that's basically the major reason that I use vrchat.
Well, that's a bit of a complicated question because I feel everyone has their own thing that they escape to virtual reality from. But for me, I would say I use it to escape from my own reality that isn't quite as ideal. Everyone has their ideal self that they want to be. It's very hard to live up to that type of self in real life. But in virtual reality, you can choose the sort of path you want.
And ever since him, I've been really, really frightened of men and just a lot of people in general, but mainly men. So I really took to playing games online and meeting all of these people who are extremely far away from me because it helped me feel safer. And even to this day, even now in virtual reality, I'm still afraid of men, but it helps me actually, I guess, get used to being around guys. Like, I know I'm not actually touching them or I'm actually with them, but it helps being around them per se, and it helps make me feel more comfortable. Even though I've had a really shitty experience, it's helped for me in the long run. And even when I'm going out in real life, like going to the grocery store or going to work, I'm starting to feel a lot more comfortable around people and around men especially. Not to the extent of like, oh, like I'm gonna go up to them and touch them or whatever. Like, I just feel more confident in my ability of being around them, whereas before I would cower away and I'd just rather be far, far away from them. It's given me the chance to actually be around many different people who are all over the world. And I know that they're all over the world, but with virtual reality, it gives you the chance to like actually feel like you're in the same room with that person. I don't want to say it gives you the illusion, but it technically does give you the illusion that you're there with that person and you're able to interact with them, and you can like be affectionate to them, you can hug them, or you can dance with them, whatever. And that has helped me just in general with people, like being more comfortable with people. Like, I'm so comfortable on here that now I'm starting to be more comfortable in real life.
I think it's a better way of expressing yourself, or expressing yourself as someone who you'd want to be rather than who you are in real life. You don't have to be anyone specific in VR. You don't have to bend to any rules, any social norms. You know, you can just be a better you or a different you. And I think that's a really great thing for people to be able to choose between. You're across the country from me, but you're sitting right in front of me and we're having a real conversation. Yeah, it's just a very intimate social experience. It's like you're as if you're with that person. And there's no way you can judge that person based on the way they look, right? Because you don't know what they look like. You're in a persona. You know, I don't have white hair.
It allows me to talk to more people and get used to talking to other people and interacting rather than what I like do in real life, which is I have panic attacks and all that when it comes to like big crowds. And on here, like with big crowds, there's no like panic attacks or anything, so it kind of slowly helps me. And you can completely morph other people's perception on you, where you have very limited control over that in real life. It's very tempting to just come here and escape all the troubles that you have in real life, because like for myself personally, I deal with great amount of depression, and when I come on here, I'm a completely different self. This self that doesn't deal with the kind of problems that I do. It's completely different reality, for lack of a better term.
In my current town, there's about 3 bars, and that's about the only things that people do around here to socialize. And you have to pick and choose from the 10 or 15 people that show up to those bars, and that's all you got. If you walk up to somebody and their outward appearance, you automatically notice and you start judging them, or like I like to say, sizing them up, and you just automatically create that first impression in your mind of who they are, and it sticks with you. But in VR, you don't know what that person looks like, so the only thing that you really get is their mind. I am very socially awkward. In fact, there was a point in time whenever I almost lost my job because of my my anxiety. It got the best of me. I couldn't even perform. I was so nervous. And here, you guys can't look into my face. You can't see how I tighten my lips whenever somebody says a certain thing. You can't see my facial expression whenever somebody is saying something that's sweet and I just don't know how to take it. So, I mean, it's really cool about the fact that you can see only what I allow you to see. But I'm also being my genuine self, because I can hide all of that unintentional body language. You know, I can figure out, instead of how you're just going to stare and analyze me. Oh, I dropped my flower. Instead of you looking directly into my eyes and you seeing me kind of glance away or fidget with something, or how I turn red in the face and I blush, you can't see that. You only allow what I let you see. And that way I can play with my own emotions as well and train them to actually adapt to social standards. It's a really good thing, because if you have a moment where you're laughing uncontrollable, or if you're even in a world and you're just having a really bad day and you can't help but cry and your nose is running, you don't want to hear or you don't want people to hear you sniffling in your mic, you can just mute yourself and you can just walk around and act happy, and it's okay. If you do come into a world and you've established a good community of friends, like I have been really blessed to be able to, then you can come on and you can talk to people and they will do whatever it takes to make you get out of that funk, and it's awesome. I've had some really good experiences with friends, and I've also helped them too. I mean, it's an awesome thing. It's helped me with my anxiety as well. You can't let what people say get to you, and they're gonna say it just to be mean. And so I transferred that into the real world, and I've allowed that to adapt to my job world and my friend circle too in real life. This vrchat experience that I've had, it's helped me kind of detach myself from the words that they're saying and kind of feel the emotion on where it's coming from and not let the words get to me as much. So I mean, that was pretty cool. I didn't know that I could do that until I hung out here for a while. But my legs are messed up. Can you edit that out? I swear to God, if I had a choice, all the people that I hang out with here would be my friends in real life too. God, if I could pick all over the world a group of friends to just be at my hometown and just hang out with me on a daily basis, it would be the circle that I've created on here.
Yo, hold on. Do not leave this video just yet. If you guys like these videos just as much as I like making them, then please leave me some comment suggestions in the comments below so I can turn this virtual reality thing into a series of videos that are just like this one. Also, I had to mention that this video was made with the National Suicide Prevention Month in mind, so if you or anybody that you know is going through it, then you have the potential to save somebody's life. There's a phone number right here on screen that you can call that will help you out. And also, never forget that you are not the only one going through it. If you've watched this video, there are people going through it just like you are. So please stay strong, stay fighting, stay dreaming, and stay lucid. I'm out. Peace. Yo, everyone say what's up till my next video.